It's your boy, it's YouTube Dad here, with a unique look and take on Destiny 2. Well, what if Destiny 2 leaned into a more creative approach to exploring the eternal conflict between light and dark? Imagine if Bungie embraced the rich narrative potential of the darkness and gives an equal weight to the light in the design of the armor, weapons, and subclasses. The possibilities for unique aesthetics, gameplay mechanics, and lore-infused gear are endless. From sleek alien designs to invoke dread to chaotic abilities that embodied entropy. The darkness could stand part in ways that we've only begun to glimpse. So in this video, we'll dive into how Destiny 2 could push the boundaries. In my future videos, we will push even farther into different boundaries that they should be kind of nudging on here and there, offering the Guardians a truly distinct experience on both sides of the cosmic struggle. So let's imagine a world where creativity reigns supreme in the battle of light versus dark. The first perk, or first role, of the major perk for this Helm of the Abyss would be Abysmal Resurgence. Taking damage generates a dark energy shield that absorbs a portion of incoming damage. When the shield is depleted, it releases a pulse of suppressive energy, temporarily disabling enemies' abilities. The second perk that this helmet could roll with would be Chthonic Vision, highlighting enemies through the walls who are affected by suppress, weaken, or volatile debuffs, enhancing your awareness and strategic advantage. Moving on to the chest plates, the Plate of Hades Forge, where its perk is Infernal Resilience. Damage reduction increases while standing in a pool of dark energy, created by abilities or weapon kills. Killing enemies while standing in the pool extends its duration and heals you slightly. The second one would be Abysmal Strength, which grants bonus melee energy and increases melee damage after taking damage, allowing for devastating counterattacks. Now down to the gauntlets. The Grips of Tartarus. It has Chthonic Grasp. Melee kills generate a small area of dark energy that damages enemies over time and reduces their movement speeds. This effect stacks with other debuffs like suppression and weakening. It can also roll with Unyielding Smash. Performing a charged melee ability triggers a shockwave that suppresses enemies, providing crowd control in close combat. Moving on to the legs, we have the Greaves of the Underworld, and in it has perk Abyss Walker. Gains increased spirit, speed, and slide distance while carrying heavy weapons. Sliding through enemies applies a suppression effect that deals minor damage. Its second role could be Infernal Momentum. Killing suppressed enemies grants bonus movement and melee speeds for a short duration, allowing Titans to chain aggressive attacks. Now, last but not least, you have the mark, the Titan mark. You have the mark of the Chthonic King, and his first perk is Dreadful Presence. Nearby enemies are inflicted with a debuff that reduces their accuracy and weakens their resistance to damage. This effect grows stronger the more enemies are within range. Next one will be the Dark Dominion. Using a finisher on enemies creates a pool of dark energy that empowers nearby allies, granting increased ability regeneration and overshield for a brief period. These perks enhance survivability, offensive power, and synergy with dark subclass abilities, making the Titan a fearsome force to combat. Next up, we have the weapons that match this armor. You have a heavy machine gun called Hades Wrath, and the perk configuration that it would have would be Chthonic Fury. Firing this weapon builds up Chthonic Charge, which unleashes a devastating wave of energy on reload, damaging enemies in a wide arc and suppressing their abilities for a short duration. Next perk it would have would be Bloodletting Barrage. Precision kills grant increased damage and reload speed for a limited time. While the buff is active, nearby enemies take increased damage from all sources. Its intrinsic trait would be Abysmal Hunger. Generates health regeneration on multi-kills. Killing suppressed enemies extend the regeneration effects and grants bonus ammo reserves. Next, we will have the exotic Battle Axe. That's right, a Battle Axe. Instead of a glaive or something like that, we have a Battle Axe, and it's called Infernal Clave. So this Pyroclastic Rend is the name. Its heavy attacks create a fiery shockwave that ignites enemies, dealing area of effect damage over time. Enemies killed with this shockwave explode, chaining the effects to nearby foes. Its second perk it could roll with would be Reaper's Mark. Since consecutive light attacks on the same target mark them, increasing damage dealt with heavy attacks and refreshing your class ability cooldown. Its intrinsic trait would be Wrath of the Underworld. Defeating enemies with heavy attacks generates chthonic fragments that grant ability energies and amplify movement speed for a brief period when picked up. These are things that Bungie should be thinking about. These are things that the community is asking for. Creativity, new ideas, new perks. Something that just makes you say, wow, this game is awesome. Sort of like when we were first introduced to Destiny. Well, now we're riddled with bugs and glitches. Bungie needs to rethink their position on this. I will have more videos coming out with more concepts that I have and more ideas. If you like my videos, if you like what I'm doing, click the like and subscribe button down below. Leave a comment of what you think. I'm all ears. If you have ideas, let me know and I'll see what I can render. In the meantime, guys, have a great day and stay strategic.